Hello, welcome to the floor of where I usually film. I've got my dressing table here. Why am I on the floor, you might ask? Well, I want to do a makeup declutter. And I'm filming it on the floor because I feel like I can kind of get all of my makeup out around me. When I film by my dressing table, I have to kind of keep turning around to get to the products. So I've put it all on the floor here and I'm going to go through it all and declutter some items. I have recently, whenever I've done my makeup, gone through all of my products and worn them all to see what I like and what I don't like, and I do still have some products that just don't work for me. Now, a lot of the content that I put out on my channel, if you're a regular viewer, you will know I am very much into colour season analysis. I'm a true spring and I like to, as much as I can, wear clothes and wear makeup that are in my colour season because I really can see the effect. I look better, I feel better, and that's what I want to stick to. So I do have some items in my makeup collection that I know don't work for me, and it's not just a case of, oh, they're not in my season so I'm going to get rid. It's a case of, they're not in my season, they don't look nice on me, I don't feel like I look nice, I don't feel good when I wear them, so I want to get rid. So yeah, I've got all my makeup out in front of me and I think I'll just go through kind of category by category. There's not something in every single category, but I think that's going to make it a little bit easier for me to see what I've gone through and what I haven't. Okay, primer, I've just got one primer, the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I'm going to keep it, I'll get it used up. I don't really love it. I've put some in my sort of T-zone today because that's where I feel like I need a little bit more grip, but I think once I've used this up I probably won't buy a separate primer. I'll just stick to like a hydrating toner or something because I put on my makeup like immediately after I've done my skincare, so I don't feel like I need a primer. So I'll keep it, but I'll get it used up. Foundation, I've got two of them, Sculpted by Amy Hydratint, which I've got on today, and my Merit stick, minimalist stick that I use as concealer. I'll use this as a foundation after I've used up the Hydratint, so for now I will keep both of these. Love the Hydratint. The Merit stick I haven't used as an all over face foundation in a while, so I can't really say what I think about it, but I think from memory I did like it when I last did that. Under eye corrector, I've got one Bobbi Brown corrector, gonna keep it, love it. Holy grail makeup item. Powder I will keep as well. I did think, shall I declutter this, but I don't think I will. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Light. It is a nice lightweight powder, has some coverage in there as well. I don't necessarily think that it's the best setting powder for me. I want to move away from wearing powder as much as possible. I will keep some because I do need to set some of my makeup, but sometimes I feel like this is a little bit too heavy, or I'm just a little bit too heavy-handed with it. But it's pretty flat, so I will keep it. Oh, concealer. I found another concealer. This is the Lisa Eldridge correcting stick or something, the micro correcting. I would tell you, but all of the writing has actually been worn off the actual concealer pencil. It's okay. It's good on some days, not so good on other days, so it's very hit and miss whether this will blend out nicely for me. Sometimes it's a nice creamy high coverage concealer, other times it clings to patches on my face. I can get this used up. It's in my project pan, so I will keep. Face palette by Hourglass I will keep. I'm very close to finishing off that highlighter, dim light. I'm also working on using up the bronzer. This blusher I love. This is Ethereal Flush. It's a very nice warm pink coral shade. Lovely. But these two I'm going to declutter, as in I'm not going to wear them again, but I'm just going to keep them in the palette. So once I've used up this, this and this, I will get rid of this palette. This shade is a little bit too bright winter, verging into summer territory. It's not that warm, doesn't quite work on me. And then this is Mood Exposure, and Mood Exposure is too muted. It's a little bit mauvey, a little bit plummy, and just doesn't quite work on me. So these two blushes I'm not that keen on, but that one I love. So I am decluttering two shades from this palette, so to speak. Blushes, I've got 4 blushes. I have 2 powder blushes. This one is broken, but it still works. This is Pesca by Vive. Lovely peachy apricot shade of blush. I wore this the other day and my boyfriend said, oh, you look really pretty today. I really like how your makeup looks. And I think it was mostly to do with this blusher because it just looks so lovely. And then he did the typical guy thing where he was like, oh, but you look really nice every day. So this one I'm keeping. But I'm going to declutter this one. This is Piazza by Vive. I wore this the other day. It was a little bit too dark, too muted, too terracotta-y, just not bright and light and warm enough for what I like in my makeup now. So I'm going to declutter Piazza. And I then have two cream blushes. This one is by Merit. This is Terracotta. This is a warm, lightish, orange-brown blusher, kind of like a bronzer type of product. It can double up as both a blush and bronzer in one. It's getting flat. It's in my project pan. I've been in two minds about whether to declutter this one because I don't really like these Merit Flash Balms because they don't last. Even when I put powder over the top, by the time it comes to me putting powder on top of it, which is the space of maybe 5 minutes, my blush is gone and I'm like, where have you gone? So this doesn't last. I like the initial effect because it's nice and radiant, it's hydrating, it's dewy, but it doesn't really last. So I guess I am using this up to get it used up. The shade is fine. It's a warm shade. It's probably better suited for autumns rather than springs. It's okay. I think I'm happy to keep this. I think I'm happy to keep this in the project pan and hopefully get it used up relatively soon. So that can stay. And also my RMS Mini Beloved blusher can stay as well. It looks quite scary. It's a red, but when you blend it out, it does go into like a pink sort of flush. Again, I don't think it's the best True Spring blusher shade, but it works, and also it's a mini as well, so I don't think that should be that difficult to use up. I might at some point pop this in my project pan because I'm pretty sure as well it's got a 6-month shelf life and it's been open for nearly 6 months, so would like to start working on using this up, but that can stay for now. So there's my blushes. Highlighter, I've only got one RMS Living Luminizer. It's very nice. It's in my project pan. That can stay. Okay, eyes then. One eyeshadow primer from NYX. Excellent eyeshadow primer. That's staying. Brow products can stay as well. I've got a brow pencil and a clear brow gel. Those can stay, but I wouldn't repurchase the brow gel. This is the Anastasia Brow Freeze Gel. It kind of clumps my brows. It leaves sort of like white bits. Not that keen, but the brow is lovely. Would repurchase that. Mascara can stay. I've only got one and it's lovely. Lancome Lash Idole in a brown shade. Eyeliner. I've got one. It's in my project pan. It's by Victoria Beckham. That's how much is left. I think it's in the shade Cinnamon. It's a brown shade anyway. There it is. I am not an eyeliner person. I just don't think I really need an eyeliner in my collection, so I have been sort of thinking, oh, should I just declutter it because I don't really like it, and I am using it to get it used up. I don't really enjoy using it, so it seems a little bit like, oh, why am I keeping hold of that product? But that's how much I've got left, so I think I want to keep it just so I can say that I've used it up. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that one, I think. And then eye makeup, I have just 3 eyeshadows. I've got this Eyelights by RMS in the shade Moon Dust, which is a nice shimmery, like light, warm gold. I don't love it on my eyes though. It's quite difficult to blend out. It goes patchy, especially in like my inner corners. So I wouldn't repurchase it. Nice enough shade, but just not that keen on the texture, but I will keep it for now. That's fine. I am panning my Giorgio Armani eye tint, which I won't swatch it actually, I've got it on my eyes today, and then over the top I put the MAC All That Glitters eyeshadow. Once I've used up this, I will get rid of this because I don't feel like I want this enough to keep it on its own. So these can stay as well. And then I think that just brings me, hang on, no it doesn't, a setting spray. This can stay. This is a nice setting spray in that it keeps my makeup in place for most of the day. I do actually notice a difference on the days that I use it and days that I don't, but it says ultra matte finish. That is a lie. This is not ultra matte. I will put on my so basically I'll do my whole makeup. I've powdered my T-zone looks nice and sort of matte, not glowy. Put some of this on and then I get immediately shiny in my T-zone. It really annoys me. So this is not ultra matte. However, this does do a nice job of setting my makeup and keeping it in place for the rest of the day. So that can stay, I'll get it used up. Lip liners, I have 6. I will keep these 2. I'm going to run out of hands to swatch, so I won't swatch everything, but I will keep these 2. This one is Rimmel, actually I will try and swatch these for you. Rimmel Peach Me, which is a really nice orangey red shade, so nice for orange lipstick and red lipstick. That can stay. And my Kiko one in Watermelon, that can stay. It's a nice vibrant coral lip liner. I like the texture of both of those as well. I've been on the fence about these 2, especially this one. So I've got both of them on today. They're both by Lisa Eldridge in the shades 1W and 2W. So warm shades, because she has warm, neutral and cool for these lip liners. So 1W does work better for me because it's lighter, it's a bit brighter. 2W, as I expected, and as of course it should be, is slightly darker and deeper. Then, although they're warm, they are still kind of verging on muted and neutral. They're not bright. But where I have pink lipsticks like the one I've got on today, I think these are fine to wear. I wouldn't repurchase these shades, but I do like the formulation of Lisa Eldridge lip liners. So these I have been, shall I keep them, shall I not? But actually I will keep them and get them used up by wearing them with my pink lipsticks. But there are 2 lip liners that I am going to get rid of. This is MAC Chicory, which is a muted brick earthy red. This is definitely autumn and not spring, and I don't reach for this at all. So I'm actually going to declutter that. And I'm also going to declutter Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. I've worn this a lot recently. I've tried to make this work. I've been light-handed with it. I've worn it with lipsticks and lip glosses and balms, and it's just so cool toned on me. It looks heavy, it looks dark, it really ages me when I wear it, and it's just not a nice shade on me at all. I like the formulation, lovely formulation of lip liners, but the shade is just horrible on me. So I'm going to declutter that one as well. Okay, lip balms, I've got 3. I'm going to keep the Vive Bounce Balm. This is just a clear hydrating lip balm. It's really, really lovely. I wear that every day. And then I have 2 of the Violette FR Bisou Balms. One in the shade Batiste and one in the shade Guimauve. I'm going to keep Guimauve. I wore this one the other day and it's lovely. It's a lovely, I'm running out of swatching space. It's a lovely soft peachy apricot shade. A little bit of brightness in there, really lovely. It's a nice blurred lip balm effect as well, and they are surprisingly hydrating. Didn't think they would be. So that one can stay. However, I am going to declutter Batiste. Batiste is their most famous, most popular shade that they do, and it is too cool toned on me. If I swatch it there on my hand, you can see that it is a cool toned berry shade, and it just doesn't work. It, like with the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner, it really dulls my appearance, it darkens my appearance, it doesn't add any sort of like life and brightness to my face, and I just really don't like the shade. Again, so like with all of the products that I am decluttering, I have tried multiple ways of wearing them, multiple ways of trying to get them to work, and I just can't. All of the products that I'm decluttering are neutral or cool toned, and where I am a true spring, where I am warm is like my main dominant characteristic. If I go for anything that is neutral, let alone cool toned, it just completely like throws off my entire look and it just doesn't work. And I think this declutter is really making me realise that if I'm not convinced that something is warm toned, just don't buy it. Don't get it. I absolutely need the warmth. So that lip balm, that's going. I have 12 lipsticks and I'm going to declutter 2 of them. I have 3 of these House of Colour lipsticks that were in my project pan, and I was using them as cream blushes, and texture, formulation wise, they work absolutely fine as cream blushes. They blend out really nicely. However, all 3 of these shades are for autumns, and they're not really the best. They're too muted, basically. They're warm, which is great, but they're not bright and light and, you know, iridescent and all of that. They are too muted. I am going to keep one of them, which is soft amber, and I'm going to keep it because that's how much I have left. I don't have much left at all. I can absolutely get this one used up. It's in my project pan, so that one can stay. However, I'm not going to scoop out what's left in here. Once this is level, I'm calling it quits. And I do that with lipsticks anyway, because if I do scoop out what's left and either put it in a pot or something, I then just find it really messy to use and impractical, and I don't like to do that. But the two that I'm going to get rid of, firstly, one in the shade Rust. This one has that kind of like earthiness to it. It is a little bit bright, but it's still not the best shade on me. So I'm going to declutter that one. And I'm also going to declutter Autumn Shimmer, which is a shimmery muted pink shade. Again, it's not bright enough, it's not vivid enough. I need more of a coral shade rather than a muted pink like this. And these are out of date. They're still fine though, but I just don't really want to wear them anymore, so I'm going to declutter them. And then I'm going to keep the remaining 9. Yeah, no, that's right, 9 lipsticks, because I'm going to keep the House of Colour one and then declutter 2 lipsticks. So next and lastly, I do believe we have lip glosses. I actually have 4, but I've only got 3 here. I think the other one is in the lounge. That one is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Sweetheart that I'm very, very, very close to using up. In the next few days, I would have finished that one up. But I have these 3, and these are all relatively new purchases. I'm going to keep this Lisa Eldridge one. This is in the shade Go Lightly. If I just put some, need a mirror, over the top of this lipstick. This is a lovely warm coral shade. Nice thin formulation, nicely pigmented, really comfortable, lovely. I'm going to keep that one. That one's really nice. But unfortunately, I'm going to declutter these 2, which are both by Vive. These are the lip dews. Now, I really like the formulation of Vive lip dews. I like the brush. The brush is nice and chunky, but nothing too thick and heavy. It's a nice formulation, although I think I do prefer the Lisa Eldridge formulation. But these 2 shades are just not right for me at all. I think actually, if I take this lip off, and then I'll show you. So this is Straub, which is described as being a red, but on me it's kind of pinky, and this actually changes colour. So if I was to leave this on, come back to it in half an hour, this would change to like a fuchsia pink. Don't understand why it changes colour, and it's just too cool toned on me. I thought it would be a nice bright warm red, and it's absolutely not, and it's really disappointing. So and like I said earlier, I've tried to wear this with like my warm red lipstick, Kiss Me Coral by Revlon, or Fire by Victoria Beckham. I have tried ways to make these products work, and I just can't seem to find a way. So I am going to declutter this one, which is Straub. And I'm also going to declutter Cherub, which is like this vibrant, cool toned pink shade. Again, I've tried to make this one work. I've tried to wear it with Pink in the Afternoon by Revlon, but the coolness just comes through. Where it's cool and this is warm, it really kind of brings it to the middle. It makes it more neutral, and it even makes it a little bit more cool toned, and I just really don't like it. And what's disappointing is that I never buy makeup just on a whim. I never just go, oh, I'll buy that. Like, I always put a lot of research into what I buy. I watch so many videos, so many swatches, I look at so many pictures, I look at TikTok, I look at YouTube, wherever I can find images or videos of the shades of the products that I'm buying, I will watch them. And this did not look like this online. This looked lighter, it looked warmer, it looked a little bit softer. It did not look like a potentially winter pink shade. So again, I'm really disappointed in this one. And it's frustrating that I only bought these like 1 or 2 months ago. I didn't buy them that long at all. I didn't buy them, you know, last year. These are relatively new purchases, and there was a part of me that thought, oh, should I just keep them because they're new? Should I just keep them and just kind of dip in and out of using them, but if they don't work, they don't work. And the thing is, the money's already been spent. I've already spent the money on them. So whether I declutter them now or 6 months down the line, it's not going to change the fact that I've spent money on them. And I would rather keep hold of makeup that I know works for me and that is in my colour season, because if I was to keep hold of these, I wouldn't wear them. So I'm going to declutter these. And I'm going to take this off because it's horrible. Yeah, even on the tissue, you can see how like vibrant and like cool toned that is. But the Bounce Balm, this, I really like. So in total then, that's 8 makeup products that I'm decluttering. So I've got the Vive Blusher in Piazza, the Violette FR Busy Balm in Batiste, MAC Chicory Lip Liner, Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner, 2 of the Vive Lip Dews, 1 in Straub and 1 in Cherub, and then 2 of the House of Colour lipsticks, 1 in Autumn Shimmer and then the other one in the shade Rust. Now what I'm going to do with these, the lipsticks I'm just going to throw away because they are out of date and I don't really want to pass out of date makeup onto people. Now what is quite handy is that my boyfriend's sister is cool toned. She is a summer, I would guess she's a true summer. So I think I'm going to pass on some of these to her. I might just pass on all of them and, you know, if you want to keep them, keep them, if you don't. But I think Cherub would look good on her. Straub might work as well. The Batiste from Violette FR, I think that would work nicely on her as well. Not sure about Iconic Nude, but she might just want it anyway. I'll give her MAC Chicory and I'll give her the blusher as well. So I've not given her any of my makeup in a while, so she'll probably be happy about this. So yeah, I will throw away the 2 lipsticks, but everything else I'll pass on to my boyfriend's sister. So that's my little declutter, 8 makeup items. The majority of the makeup that I'm keeping is in my season. Yes, there are a couple of items that I'm not that into, but I don't want to declutter, like the 2 Lisa Eldridge lip liners, the Merit Terracotta Flush Balm, the other House of Colour lipstick, the eyeliner, but I'm happy to keep them and get them used up. So yeah, I feel like my makeup collection is looking better as a result of that. So thank you for watching. Hope you liked that, and I will see you again very soon for my next one. Bye bye.